Hey everybody, Kenny here. So last time we left off with our ranger about halfway through Act 1. After taking quite a bit longer than normally would due to some growing pains with the new mechanic. But we've got a handle on it now, so the rest should go by pretty quick. I just toss these. It feels like a waste. But I should. I should just get rid of them. It's unlikely that I'm going to find potions of this size from this point on. And nothing good here. Off we go. Remember about my mark. No drop. You're being so mean to me. Go find piety first. Okay. There's going to be all the way on the bottom corner of this road. RNG don't like me.
This should put a dent in your arrogance.
Shut your mouth, Piety. Okay. Find some stuff for you to help me kill. Might as well put you to work. Come on. Go find more of your friends. That should be far enough. I have been having such bad luck with actually getting any drops. The two bosses on this map, well, the two unique enemies in this section of the map, both dropped basic currency. Okay. Enough to finish that. Okay, so we have finished our sword. From what I could tell, the way that the upgrades work seems to be level based. Because if it was rarity based, then we should have received another. Should have received another pip here after we finished that one. But we didn't. So, like down here, I guess we'll always know, once we've done the first one, we'll always know how far the weapon can go. So if we only see like the one fillable square, then that means that we can only get, that's at the max distance we can get with it. Oh, when did I do that? Would have been nice before, but it's too late now. I'm running larges now, baby. I have not checked all the way. Yeah, so that's the way to Fairgraves. The last unique should be over here. Unless that one doesn't spawn anymore. Oh, yeah. I guess it doesn't spawn anymore. Yeah, they've changed the dogs many times since the game first released. It used to be that, like, the dogs that you would find here, like, there would be, like, the dogs that would explode, there'd be the dogs that would cause you to bleed, there'd be the dogs that were just regular dogs. And over time, they turned into the big, like, kind of super bulldog things. Like, one of the uniques used to be, like, a big, like, kind of like a breed between a wolf and a fox. That was, like, the fire one.
Life and death live side by side. This is a strange land.
If a grave son.
Frankly, I would have been surprised if stuck fast.
Yep. I'll get you your damned blasted offlane. Alright, check your corners. Do you have anything worth doing that with right now? Not really. And our shield is unique, so we can't do anything with it. Maybe I should check if any of those blues back here were anything worth grabbing. Oh. Sorry, I forgot to kill you, buddy. Patch ship, that's not good for us. Well, and maybe 10 to 15 base. The sword is... yeah, it's stronger than the sword. If I don't find anything better, I'm away this way, then I'll grab it on the way back. definitely not the rusted hatchet. I'll check a little further, but thinking that the jade is probably the best thing we have out here. Yep. No one dropped anything of note. Not gonna, well. I mean, it is a 3-slot. Let's see what the enchantment is on the jade, and then based on that, we'll decide if we'll just transmogrify the that wand there. Definitely not better than the sword we got. So we'll transmog this, and then we'll use the result. Use that result.
Welcome. Stay sharp out there.
Mervale dwells in the caves beyond the wreck.
Yep. There's carved wands and goat's horns. Physical inaccuracy. That might be worth it. See what this upgrades to. Like, I'm not gonna waste an orb of chance or orb of alchemy on some Act 1 stuff. Transmutation on you. Spell damage and cast speed. Sad. Quality on it. I don't know if I want to waste blacksmith's whetstone this early though.
Take care.
I'll just use what we got. Oh, this one actually goes further. And I don't know why. This is just... Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, they occasionally use, what's that spell called? Flame Surge? Increased implicit mod magnitudes. Adds 1 to 5 fire damage. Nice. Okay, yeah, because the... I don't know. The base is 2 to 4. So it only actually added 1 to the cap. Didn't add to the base. Next one has regeneration, and then after that we get to choose between reduced attribute requirements or reduced area effect if intelligence is below 100. Where were you hiding? Yeah, might as well do this now. And we'll replace this one once this is strong enough. Unfortunately, like the attack speed on this one just makes it too valuable to give up. Let's see if we can double green this. Double green and blue, then we can move everything over now. Yeah. Well, my precision.
One rung closer to the top of the food chain.
Okay, let's go and invest these. Those. And head over here. Yep. Go on. What is doing that? Have you guys always done that? Oh, I see. This is one of the forged ones. Oh, you traveled quite a bit. Upgrade to the next tier. Tidal Moan. Okay, so it's got to be right over here, behind these rocks. Yep, there it is. Shrine right ahead. And so I'm thinking that next league, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a like a test character before I do my actual league run through. Just so that way, you know, like I get the how do I say? You know, the early issues out of the way. And so I know, okay, so this is how this mechanic works. I don't have to waste an hour and a half fighting two encounters. Like, I doubt it took that long to do those. Do the one on the beach and the mud flats, but definitely took a lot longer than I normally spend in any near area in Act 1. I'm glad that the oil is going away faster now. It always annoyed me that it stayed up so long. Here we got a claw. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. No green though. Actually, yeah, so you know what? Like, I'm thinking that it must be based on the area level. That must be what does it. Because it can't be an item level thing. If we were to look at these... Item level 10... Item level 7. Oh, maybe. Maybe there is a threshold on it. And we'll do the claw instead of... We'll do the claw instead of the wand just to check. Although that really wouldn't tell us anything. We would need something with an item level below 10 in order to be sure. Now let's go do some science. Oh, core ring. Bill. Yeah, anything below item level 10, Tarkly?
Still alive, are we?
It looks like everything's item level went up to my level. Yep, can't science it. Want to science it, but I can't. Not bad, but doesn't do us any good.
Stay sharp out there.
Right. Oh. We're doing it. Alright. Not on that spot. There it is. Yeah, I kept pressing the spot where I have the mark on my wand set up, and forgot that it's not on that spot. As soon as they start firing, I gotta start moving.
My mana is gone.
So, is it just... They're just blocking me. Not healing, right?
I'm not up to that just yet.
Oh, right. I'm gonna make these uniform because I keep on forgetting what I have where. Yeah, this specific enemy very much informs my decision that the new attack mastery that they added is actually incredibly valuable. One of the new attack masteries makes it that enemies cannot block you. And this is a very compelling argument for that. Because apparently this thing has a... not only an incredibly high chance to block, but also an insanely high block recovery. Because the fact that, I mean, we're not even halfway with this guy. Not even halfway. Actually, I don't have any attack masteries as part of the build that I'm going for. But maybe, like, I'll get really lucky and I'll find the wand that has that new mastery as part of his Crucible tree. I mean, thank goodness that we happen to have gotten that spring leaf early on, because I don't even think it'd be possible to do this without dying 1,000 times about it. Oh, man. Fighting this guy sucks. Need to distract myself somehow. I've been messing around with AI art a bit. A buddy of mine had linked me the site called Night Cafe. So I've been learning a bit about it, and I mean, it's actually, I mean, it's kind of interesting to use. Like one of my builds is actually going to be using an AI art that I generated. Like as the kind of, oh, actually, sorry, it's not not the build video. I'm going crazy. The playthrough videos that I'm doing for this character are going to be using the AI art and AI art that I generated. So I was messing around and just I created a pretty interesting, like I thought one that it looks actually really good. So figured might as well use it. But it like so like what's interesting about like the night cafe thing. So I didn't actually, the one that I'm going to be using in the thumbnail for this isn't the thumbnail that, I mean, sorry, it isn't an image that I generated on Night Cafe. But Night Cafe is what gave me the negative prompts I needed to be able to generate that. And what negative prompts are is that when you're using an image generator, or an AI image generator, you have prompts like the things that you want it to include, and then you have negative prompts, which are things that you want it to try to get rid of as much as possible. So, you know, a regular prompt would be something like Superman dressed as Batman, you know, and then a negative prompt would be something like weird hands, blurry, brown eyes, blonde hair, like things that you don't want it to add to the image. But you know, like you can set different weights though. And what the weights do is it determines the emphasis on how much it considers what you want. So let's say you put blurry, you know, like you as a negative prompt. So, you know, like you don't want the image to look blurry, but you do kind of want a sense of realism to the image. So you kind of want like an effect of like the background is a little more blurry than the foreground. Then you can set a weight to your negative prompt so that it isn't, so like, you know, so if it's something like -1 or higher, then so -1 to -2, again, starting by higher, you know, that's a larger negative value, then like it'll almost certainly do everything it can to make sure that that doesn't show up in the image. But if you set it lower than that, you said something like -0.3, then like it may add a little bit of blurriness to the image, you know, in different areas, which might give it like a more like artistic look than if we're to just generate and removing all of the stuff that you requested it to remove. Learning little things like that has been interesting. Like in my youth, I used to like art used to be my thing when I was a kid. Like all I did all day, like I filled out like sketchpad after sketchpad. All of my composition notebooks when I was in elementary school, I would just fill end to end with drawings, and I'd never bother taking any notes in any classes. I was like just obsessed with drawing all the time. Then I'd get home and I'd watch like cartoons, and you know, I'd play with my action figures and create like little scenes in my head, and then I'd like draw out like what the scenes would be like in like different styles. And I was like really into that, and then when I got my first computer, when I was a sophomore in high school, it was a compact with an 8 GB hard drive. I know, massive, huge hard drive. When I was learning to kind of like use the internet and stuff on that computer, like I got like really into pixel art. So I spent like years like learning, you know, like instead of like drawing by hand, I learned to do a lot of stuff with pixel art. And I got pretty decent at like making like little sprites and things. But then, you know, like I went to college for computer science, and you know, like and then my obsession became learning to program. So, you know, like I ignored my art for a very long time, many years. And I only like recently started getting back into it in the last year or so. So, you know, like so like having like something like this AI art just to like give me like an outlet for my artistic stuff when like, yeah, because currently like the only time I'm really working on my artistic stuff is when I'm working on my game or when I'm working on thumbnails for YouTube. Yeah, so having like kind of like an immediate like, you know, oh, I wonder what this would look like, and I can kind of see that like represented like pretty quick. It's actually like really addicting actually. Like I think I spent something like 4 hours yesterday doing that. If you don't drop something amazing, I am going to be so mad. You better drop something fantastic for the bullshit you're putting me through, you son of a bitch. Like, if I see this mod on an enemy in the campaign, I am not going to fight it. I am just going to walk right past it. It dies where it... like, where it is, that's where it dies. Like, I will not participate in this nonsense again. Holy crap. It dropped nothing of value. How dare you? How dare you? Go fuck yourselves. At least that one was kind enough to drop something. Just why? Why oh why? Okay. Lose their regen and their armor if we do that. Hold off for now. I mean, we're only going to have under 100 intelligence for another 2 levels. So it's not worth it to go all the way with this. And reducing the attribute requirement is completely worthless. It has achieved its maximum potential as far as I'm concerned. The issue is that this still has a much better modifier than the other ones do. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but like it kind of feels like this feature isn't fully wasn't fully developed, I guess. And it's not just like, you know, like the balancing of the enemies. Like when we approach the thing, it includes stuff that we've already finished the craft on. I mean, that should have been like the first thing, like when they're developing the feature, that should have been like the first thing. Someone's like, oh, make sure that when the craft finishes, that it doesn't show up on the list anymore. You know, because there's no point for it to show up on the list, right? It's it's like a very obvious kind of like oversight, and it's like, why is that an oversight? Now, how did you not catch this during development? So something moan again. I forgot what the other one was. I don't think it was Cruel Moan also. Makes me sad how much easier it is to kill you than it was to kill that freaking Crucible enemy. Nothing worth grabbing.